days of our lives.
So how much do I owe you?
I think it was, let's see, what have you got there? 10?
10, almost
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. What was the date today?
It's the 10th.
10. There we go. Money. That's what I want. Show me the readies. It's 100. We are here this week to talk to you about the entrepreneur thing that we're doing next term. By the way, I'm Max.
And I'm Jess. Nice to see you. It's been a while, isn't it?
It's been a while. I almost
Yes.
didn't recognise you.
Been busy earning some cash.
Readies. That's what teachers do.
I see.
Anyway, what we want to do is we want to kind of get some ideas together about what you could be doing for the entrepreneur thing next year. So, we've got a special guest here. He's a guy who...
Some of you may recognise him. The one, the only,
Hello.
JP.
JP, we're going to put him here right in the
Oh,
middle.
okay.
It's a JP sandwich.
Just want to say that it's been a long time. I've been waiting for this invite. It's been a long time coming, so
Good.
thank you. I feel very honoured.
Cool.
Excellent.
We feel honoured too.
Says he with money in his pocket.
That's right. So, JP, why don't you tell us how this is going to work?
So,
You're going to give us $1,000 and tell us to go double it, or what are we doing?
Yeah, well, that's a possibility, and we can seed stuff. So, you know, we can seed an idea if you've got something that needs money up front. But let me be up front about the fact it's not about money. You know, like I think any business that goes into person that goes into business with a view of making money as their primary objective just doesn't work. Every successful business, money is the byproduct. So likewise with this, it's about the learning and the possibilities of being an entrepreneur.
So I think it's important for teachers to get that, isn't it? That we're not saying you must get this or you must do that, but we're using this as kind of a real vehicle for an inquiry model. You know. So what are the options there that you see for them if they're going to try and follow this model and be entrepreneurs?
I think, well, in my mind, entrepreneurs, they either make a gap or they see a gap in the market and they fill it. You know, so there's that part of just seeing something creative. But the options I reckon are around, it can be an event, you know, just some festival of some sort. It could be a product or it could be a service. So in my mind that fits in one of those three categories.
Cool. Look, that's a great idea for a solar powered sunray lamp. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Do you need an investor?
Sell to a caveman.
Cool. Okay, and so if you're going along this route of you know, creating something that's a product or you know, a service or a performance, what do you want to see happening in that? What would you ideally like to see people pushing towards?
Well, again, it's all part of our real life learning. So the more authentic and the more creative and the more engaged we can get children, the better. Because it's not just like a festival of art, like we've had arty parties where you just do some art and sell it. So it's got to be more than that. So I don't know, I've been encouraging people to think about it in terms of layers. So if I've got this idea or this concept, what are the layers that I can build around this? Let's take the musical that Linda's doing at the moment. You know, so we're doing a fantastic musical, but what are the other possibilities that she can build or we could build around that as a total package? Yeah, layers and layers and layers. And the more layers we can get, the better.
Cool, so you're talking about ticketing, you're talking about, you know, you make a DVD, you make a... I mean, I always remember one night I was doing with Splash with the radio station that we had a merchandising one where we made toys. You know, we made a series of 5 characters, and we spent ages making those. They were cool.
That's nice.
But they broke. So we were always spending time fixing them, so we probably didn't spend enough time in the development phase.
Like part of that entrepreneurial thing is when you hear the kids saying, but what about? So we've got the seed of an idea, but if they start bolting on the sides of this, what about? Then you may actually find something totally new that opens up. So entrepreneur is not just one idea, but even seeding lots of other ideas around it.
I think you're right. I think that's kind of where the magic happens in your classroom, isn't it? Where you have something and then it grows and sort of before your eyes and starts snowballing, and then you actually get really excited. And what I love about that kind of thing is then it's not you that's driving it, it's you that's kind of trying to keep up with it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I think it's a really cool scenario.
Yeah.
A
So
snowball scenario.
I might just jump in there.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So do you see this as sort of teachers working together, perhaps? You know, when you talk about a seed there and different ideas, and maybe we're all working towards the same goal. That'd be kind of.
Well, like the synergy is fantastic. So you know, you don't have to do this alone. I think there'll be some parameters that we need to put in the sense that there is a finish date, end of the term 3, and also we need to be wise with our parents, so we can't all hit them on one night. So there's that type of thing where let's be wise about how we hit and strategize around that. Synergy's cool. So if two people get together and get some creative stuff happening, well and good. Syndicate, I know. One of the teams is trying to do something as a total team, so that's fantastic. And then I guess what are they doing? The side parts, the layers of the onion around that.
Yeah, I think the key thing there is that everyone contributes.
You just hold it.
It's a nice
I like hands. I will like hands.
Max is a hand.
I was pointing.
Yes.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, so I think you're right. So the key to that, if you've got your team, is I think the team are all like contributing something powerfully to it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's that whole thing of the whole is going to be bigger than some of the parts. So there could be something dynamic there.
Cool. So further to that, then, do you see the parents as the target group in this? Are you going to slam those parents, get more money out of them?
Yeah. They won't pay their fees, but they buy their things.
I think that's
stuff.
Again that in terms of the challenge or the opportunity, the opportunity is how do we take this beyond our immediate market? So to broaden the market, I think is really important, because otherwise we're going to really limit it. If we're just targeting our parents, then there's only a certain amount of dollars we can extract out of them. So how do we take a concept and get to somebody on the other side of the world? How do we get this concept or this idea and get other people engaged that are not necessarily that first layer of contact? So I guess my challenges would be think in layers, in terms of how many layers can you wrap around this idea. And the second one is broaden the market. And how can you push out to a different market?
Yeah,
that's a good thought.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. I liked Christy and Mark's idea, the disaster pack idea. I thought that was a really cool idea, because it's really kind of born out of all the stuff that's happened this year, but it's a real practical response to that, and it could be something that really catches on. It's got a lot of cool elements to it.
Definitely.
Okay, John, we want to thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to say to?
I think you've done well. Your debut has been
debut.
spot on.
I think it's done very well.
Is it?
Yeah.
And we're
And
going
the payments.
to give you some money.
I'll take
$5.
the $5 one.
I'll give you the green one.
School funds.
You put the back in the safe.
As much as we're talking about money, there is an opportunity, and this is the real stuff as well. So there is some realism around let's make this. So sometimes we're inclined to do stuff and devalue our outputs purely because of sensitivity about money. And I've seen some fantastic artwork that we've sold for $5 and $10, and I think okay, we can be bold.
We have been thinking about some possible ideas for you, like
linking.
What about selling something totally worthless, like the rock that rolled down the hills at Christchurch?
creating a DVD.
What about bracelets?
What about an event like a ball?
Creating t-shirts.
There's an amazing guy on TradeMe. He sold a washing machine and he created a whole story with it.
Or a disco?
Greeting cards.
Like something-a-thon. A steal-a-thon.
Of course, the best way to make money, well, I'll show you.
And that's what you call being an entrepreneur.